Prologue: The possibility of the person you love reciprocating your feelings. I've read an article in one of the teenage magazines my sister regularly buys home, an A4 paper size with a glossy cover that shows fingerprints whenever picked up. The article states the possibility of a successful first love. I've forgotten the details, but what I do remember is the number 12% at the bottom of the page. Such a frustratingly low and uncertain number. Regardless, it's a seemingly convincing fact, as they often say first love rarely works. That's why I was angry with myself for never falling in love with anyone before I realized I love him. Chapter 1. Black is a nasty color, dirty, like an unremovable stain on a shirt. Maybe it's not a coincidence that CEO is black. CEO means soy sauce. Many say being the youngest child is the most enviable because the youngest child is cute, clingy, and friendly. Nobody has the heart to be mad even when they act spoiled. They're the family's center of attention. Everyone loves and adores them no matter where they are. CEO is the youngest child, but oddly enough, CEO never feels all of those things are the case for him. The boy buttons his shirt in front of the mirror. He studies his bangs and thinks it's time to trim them. Though the school isn't strict on hairstyles, he needs to take care of his appearance to an extent for the evaluation at the beginning of next month. Someone knocks on the door twice by the time CEO tucks the hem of his shirt into his black student shorts. CEO, are you up? Almost done dressing up, Hiya pal. Hiya is a word used by Chinese people in Thailand to address older males whom they are close to. CEO quickly zips up and puts on the belt before jogging to open the door. Long Pao smiles brightly when he sees his brother's face. How cute, good boy. He places his big hand on CEO's head and strokes it like usual. Hiya Pao is kind, never scolding CEO and always bringing him snacks. He's the cutest brother in the world. You're not at the uni? Mama said you had morning classes. I'm leaving now. Just stopped by to check if you got up late. I went to bed at 9. Go downstairs. Mama made cow tom mud. Cow tom mud is sweet, sticky rice and banana leaves stuffed with banana or taro. I'll pack them up. I have to wake Cake up. Long Pao's lips curl up as he nods. CEO carries his black backpack and marches down the stairs, hearing his mama shouting to him to stop running. CEO's house is a fairly small commercial building with the front of the first floor utilized as a bun and dim sum vendor. His favorite is nothing else but his mama's huge shrimp dumplings. The boy in his last year of middle school runs to the house next door that shares a party wall with his place. The sweet smell of butter reaches his nose the moment he steps inside. The boy cracks a big smile and greets the house owner as soon as their eyes meet. Right timing! Proud Papa smiles. I tried to wake Cake several times, but he wouldn't get up. I'll leave him to you today. Prow's place is always full of the fragrant scent of pastries as she bakes for the shops in the market. The foreign desserts are the total opposite of his family's buns and dim sum. Beat the texture, appearance, scent, and taste. The boy nods. Sure. He looks around. Did Cream leave? Yes, she left early. Dad has a meeting. Prow explains. I made egg and tomato sandwiches. Have them with Cake. Thanks. CEO accepts the plate of nicely sliced appetizing sandwiches. I'll go and wake him up. Okay. The middle-aged woman casts a loving smile. Thank you. She watches her neighbor's son run up the stairs like usual. Theo takes long steps to the small bedroom on the second floor. He can find the location of the room with his eyes closed, since he's been waking up the sleepy head since primary school. The light brown wooden door is slowly pushed open. Theo peeks inside, and sighs when he sees a ball of blanket on the bed. He enters the room and closes the door before calling. Cake! CEO slightly frowns and steps closer. He sets the plate of sandwiches on the desk, squats next to the bed, and pulls the fabric off the sleeping boy's face. Cake! He raises his voice. Mmm, a reaction. Cake! The boy flinches, his eyes fluttering open. They hold each other's gazes, then the baker cries out, Ouch! CE rubs his forehead. Why did you flick me? It hurts. You're loud. It's past 6. The sleepy head grumps. I'm sleepy. I'll leave first if you don't get up. You'll be late. Hearing the threatening mumble, the sleepy guy smiles. You'll get flattened taking the bus alone. I can do it, CEO boasts. I'll take a shower real quick, Cake says, stretching his arms and twisting his waist to rid the grogginess. He sits up and ruffles his hair. Have you eaten? CEO shakes his head and lifts the bag of cow tongue mud. Mud? Mama made cow tongue mud. Have that while waiting. I'll go and shower now. I bought some for you, but Aunt Proud made sandwiches, CEO says, pointing at the plate of sandwiches on the desk. Cake nods in acknowledgement. He rises, grabs the towel on his chair, and hangs it around his neck. I want cow tongue mud. I brought you two. Is it enough? The bigger boy smiles. How many are yours? One is enough for me. Cake shakes his head. Have the sandwiches too. Got it. Go take a shower. The bus gets more packed the later we are. CEO waves Cake away and watches him laugh as he enters the bathroom. CEO then settles on the chair and munches on the sandwiches while looking around to pass the time. Cake's room consists of posters, manga, and tons of minifigures on the shelves and desk. Contrarily, CEO's room is solely occupied with textbooks. Cake once pointed out how boring they were, but CEO also never saw the fun in these toys. He thought they made the room messy. CEO and Cake are neighbors. They've known each other since they were born and gone to the same schools. From kindergarten to middle school, CEO is quite untalkative. Unless it's his family or Cake's family, he rarely speaks. Cake, however, is friendly and outgoing. CEO assumed he was simply timid, but Chehom told him he seemed isolated sometimes. Je is a word used by Chinese Thai or Chinese people in Thailand to address older females whom they are close to. CEO and Cake treat each other like brothers, like a family. They've never fought. Since they've known each other since they were young, they never used profanities against one another. Cake says all sorts of things to his friends at school, though. The bigger boy returns after showering and getting dressed. The boy with big, round, unusually brown eyes, chewing on his food while staring at the figures on the desk, turns around. I'm done, Ale. Cake addresses him with this ticklishly cutesy nickname. Are you full? CEO nods. Mm-mm. You have your mouth full. Cake laughs. He steps closer and peers into the bag. There are 2 cotton mud left for him, as CEO said. They're yours. So are these sandwiches. The bigger boy picks up the 2 sandwiches and stuffs them in his mouth in one go. He reaches for the bag of cotton mud and his clipped flat Jacob's student bag. Let's go. I'll eat these at school. CEO glances at the hem of Cake's shirt hanging loose. Why didn't you tuck your shirt? And his shorts are way too short. I'll do it in front of the school. You keep breaking the rules. Aunt Prow will nag. Don't nag at me then. Leave that to my mom. What about homework? We have to submit math in the morning. Cake halts. Shit is written on his face. I forgot. CEO frowns and gives him a reprimanding look. I'm not letting you copy mine. Why? I can't finish it in time. I reminded you yesterday evening, but you kept reading your manga. The smaller boy complains and exits the room. Cake follows him down the stairs. I'll do it next time. Let me copy yours for now. You said this when you copied my social studies homework. CEO scowls at the boy behind him after getting pushed in the head. Cake! Hey, be careful. You'll trip. Why did you push my head? Cake, don't mess with the little one. Proud Papa says, noticing her son quarreling with CEO on the stairs. CEO frowns a little. He hates it when his family and Cake's parents treat him like the younger brother. They're only 6 months apart and in the same year at school. If anything, Cake is more immature. He wakes up late and dislikes veggies. He even gave CEO the tomatoes in the sandwiches. I'm just fooling around. Hurry up and go to school. I've seen many buses passing by. I'm leaving, Mom. See you later, Aunt Prow. Papa nods when one boy waves with a big smile, while the other boy folds his hands over his chest politely. She watches the naughty lads run out of her house with a sweet smile on her lips. CEO looks at Cake unwrapping cowtom mud and taking a big bite. He knits his brow. You finished half in one bite. Who would nibble on it like you? My mouth isn't big like yours. It looks like you could eat my whole head when you open your mouth. The insulted one laughs. Wanna have your head eaten? CEO sulks. That's our boss. He changes the topic and strides toward the big vehicle pulling over. It's so crowded that he gulps. CEO climbs up first and furrows his brow because the bus is hot and packed. He tries to squeeze inside to hold onto the metal headrest. He turns to the boy standing behind him and grasping the metal next to his hand. You're sweating, Cake. It's crammed in here, so hot. There's a napkin in the small compartment. Take it. CEO pouts at his backpack. CEO's backpack is pretty full. Since their school has a moving class system, no fixed classrooms, with wooden lecture tables without drawers, CEO needs to pack his textbooks according to the class schedule every night so he has all the materials for each subject. That's why CEO never understands how Cake can put anything in that flat square bag. Put one Thai textbook in and it has no room left. Meanwhile, Cake takes the napkin roll CEO brought from the table at home. Cake rips a couple of pieces to wipe his sweat. Wait! CEO frowns immediately and turns to the boy behind him. Didn't you eat cow tongue mud just now? How did you clean your hands? Cake lifts his eyebrows. He laughs and answers with a bright smile. With your bag, of course. He gets elbowed at the shoulder. The bus stops near the school entrance. CEO gets off with the other boy trailing behind. The bigger boy takes his foot off the last step and says, I'll use the side entrance. You're avoiding Miss Sunny again, huh? I just don't want to see her. Well, you broke the rules. There are too many rules. Who would follow all of them? That's why you always have to run away. Long shorts aren't cool. Long socks aren't cool. I don't like them. CEO shakes his head. I'll be heading in first. Don't forget to swipe your card. You forgot to do it yesterday. Got it. I brought it. The boy with dark brown eyes nods and enters the school. Cake watches him and smiles before marching in the opposite direction to the other entrance. You're here, dessert boy! Cake pulls a face as this is probably the 100th time his friend makes fun of his name. Dessert boy, my ass. How fierce! Palm laughs. He watches his friend drop his bag on the table and sit next to him. Where pick and tar? Playing soccer with a stand. It's the gang of the class that they're close to. Cake has no clue why every gang names themselves after their regular spots. Other students know they must not set foot in those places, or hell will break loose. For example, the stand gang always hangs out on the stand in front of the gymnasium. The stand gang always sits before the stage. They don't sound odd or anything. However, their gang's name sounds weird every time. The Sea Almond Gang. God, Kate couldn't describe his feeling when the gang got this name because they enjoyed spending time under the shady sea almond tree. It was Star's idea. How unbearably cheesy. Have you done the math homework? Cake asks his friend, realizing he forgot to ask for CEO's homework. Shit. Palm shakes his head. Nah, I'll copy someone at the morning assembly. We gotta submit it in the first class. Shit, will we make it in time? How many problems are there? Of course, the principal always takes his time on his speech. A miracle occurs when you're pressed for time, you know. You flick your fingers and get the answers. Have you asked to copy anyone? I asked one. You can copy his homework with me. That that would be suspicious. The teacher at the assembly would catch us exchanging them. Jake frowns and scratches his head. What are you going to do then? It's too late to find another person. He doesn't need to find another person. There's one in his mind. The point is, will that person relent? No, I'm a man of my word, says the boy reading a book beside the lotus pond to pass the time after hearing the same request for the second time. The bigger boy nearly kneels. Come on, Eel. We'll be at the morning assembly soon. If you don't let me copy your homework, I won't make it in time. You would have had you done it last night. Why did you mention the past? I can't time travel back. Do you have the Raymond's drawer? CEO furrows his brow and glares. Not funny. I'm not trying to amuse you. I just want your math homework. I'll copy it quickly and submit it to the class press. Please. CEO pulls a face. Kate can keep that pleading voice to himself. If I allowed it, you'd get spoiled and wouldn't do it yourself next time. I'll do it next time, okay? I'll do it in your room when we're home. The smaller boy sighs. He opens his backpack and hands the first notebook to the grinning boy. Here you go. Hand it in for me. Thank you, CEO. Jake chirps. He flashes another smile and seizes the homework as if afraid CEO will change his mind. Yeah, now go. Don't dawdle. You're chasing me away. Jake sighs. Aren't you lonely sitting here alone? No, CEO shoots. Fee and Kong will come soon. They're not here right now. I'm comfortable this way, CEO mumbles. He doesn't like being alone with Cake in public. How is it uncomfortable that I'm here? CEO shakes his head. It draws attention when I'm with you. He dislikes it. It's not his thing. Cake sighs upon hearing that. Alright, I'm leaving then. Okay. See you at the second bus stop after classes, okay? CEO nods, looking up at the boy, curling up his lips. He watches Cake spin and walk off where he came. The students of Study Plan 1 form rows in the schoolyard according to their grades. After paying respect to the national flag and chanting prayers, the teacher in front of the stage allows them to sit down. The principal will take his time like always. CEO cranes his neck to take a look at the end of the row and sees Cake's head over everyone else. He looks up and down while copying his homework. The owner of the homework sighs. CEO is unsure if he's lucky to be in the same class as Cake this year. Since CEO is very close to Cake, he should be happy to be in the same school and class and possibly get seated together. That's just the imagination of how their families are, though. In fact, they rarely talk at school and try not to appear closer than they are to everyone else. Besides their gangs, nobody knows they are neighbors. CEO did try. However, Cake is too different from CEO. Cake has a lot of friends and always smiles. He's talkative and likable, the center of attention. Everyone greets and looks at him wherever he goes. CEO is nothing like that. CEO has no idea what to do when someone greets Cake. He doesn't know where to look, what expression he should have, or how to act. He's a forgotten part. CEO prefers having a low profile. It's boiling hot. CEO diverts his eyes from his neighbor to the boy in front of him. Want a napkin, Kong? No thanks. I've used my sleeve. Kong replies and meets CEO's eyes. Wipe your face, you're sweating, he says, watching his friend take the napkin from his pocket to pat his temples. Kong is a good looking boy with slightly curly hair. He would have been popular if not for his unfriendly face and unapproachable mannerism. He's easily annoyed, so he hates loud noises. He's solitary, so he dislikes socializing. He hates the heat, so he despises sports that cause sweat. I saw Cake and his friends copying homework in the row again, says Toffee, sitting behind CEO. Did he ask for yours? CEO nods. Yeah, Cake forgot to do it. He was lazy, huh? CEO has known Toffee since grade 8. He's his first friend. CEO is aware of how slow he got a friend. When he first entered middle school, everything was new and he didn't know who to befriend. Everyone had their own gangs. In the end, he sat quietly until the day ended. He was uneasy, but then he found peace in being alone for after some time. CEO remembers Cake kicked a big fuss when he discovered he had no friend. Good thing they were in different classes. It would have been chaotic otherwise. Fortunately, CEO was put in the same class as Toffee the next year and also this year. Toffee is a boy with an incredibly light skin tone and long eyes. He's a bit chubby, very huggable. Cake just forgot. He'll do it himself next time. CEO brings up the promise. Kung smiles. How innocently stupid. Who's that for? Nothing. The bigger boy shakes his head and glances at his friend. How strange. You're close at home but act indifferent at school. It's not strange. How so? Cake has his own world at school, and I have mine. Kung looks confused. What world? We live separate lives. CEO puts on a serious face and tries to explain. You also have your own world, but your world and mine have something in common. The curly haired boy laughs. Which is? Your world is quiet, so is mine. That's why we can be together. Cake's world is loud. I don't know what to do when being near him. Are you having a hard time socializing? Are you? Why are you asking me? The taller guy scoffs. No, I'm comfortable this way. So am I. The smart boy blinks over those words. Cole sees where CEO is coming from. If it were someone else, that person would lose interest since the second sentence and wonder what the hell this man was blabbering about. It's not the case for Kung though. CEO's way of thinking is simple but might sound complicated if you don't get it. That's why Kung isn't bothered by it. But my world isn't quiet, you, says Toffee with a smile after listening to his friend's conversation. These two keep talking about confusing stuff. Your world isn't quiet, but Also, not too loud. I'm at ease here. Toffee laughs despite understanding nothing. He pinches the cheek of his best friend, who smiles so brightly that his eyes curve. I'm at ease too, then. Kung shakes his head at the way Toffee treats CEO like a little kid. He throws a glance at the boy at the end of the row, whose world is too loud for this little guy to step nearby. Because their worlds are too different out here. They share their world together at home. End of chapter 1.